Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Ja. I'm from Mount Vernon, New York, and I'm a producer and beat maker. That's a very hard question. There's a lot of things that got me into production, but primarily my pops. He was a DJ and a club owner back in the 70s. So a lot of the music that I grew up around, that I'm influenced by, I've heard throughout my life. And so when I started listening to hip hop, I started hearing a lot of the samples that my dad would play over and over again within records. So that's when I kind of got into like the whole production, beat making aspect. And it really took off when my homie lent me his 4000 that he never took back. And then I just started chopping samples on that. And I was using that for a while, just like chopping loops, chopping breaks, chopping whatever I could find. And not necessarily worried about mixing, but just the creation and the craft. So from there, I just kept on making beats. And one of my homies put me onto Logic. Didn't really like it, and then I got Ableton, and then I just been like rocking with that ever since. So, yeah. As of right now, my main tools are Ableton, Live 10, SP-404, whatever turntable I got, records, and whatever miscellaneous percussion I got in my basement. Coming from the MPC and going to the SP, I first saw, I want to say Sam I Am. I saw him using it during a Boiler Room set, and I was just mesmerized by how he was triggering all these different beats, but not looking at a screen or not looking at, a computer or whatever, and hearing all the live effects. That's what really sold me on the SP. And the portability is just way more convenient as opposed to lugging around a 4000 all the time. So I got the SP back in like 2014, 2013, and I was using it as like a main like conduit from my turntable to a sampler. But then I fell in love with just the chopping capabilities and just the effects, and I stuck with it mainly because it's like an extension of myself. So whenever I perform live, I always try to keep like that live aspect and just that feel, because I feel like the SP has it. It has that feel. It has like that human touch. That's the easiest way I can equate it, is to like that human touch and just that real time playing back different beats and being able to do shit on the fly. That's the main reason why. It's like being able to just mess with your beat live. There's no better feeling than that. Of course I sample all the time. I believe that it's imperative to sample because you don't know where you're going unless you know your past. When I sample, I do my due diligence to not only sample the artist, but put my own spin or my own play on whatever it is that I'm sampling, because it's not so much that you're sampling somebody, it's like you're playing along with somebody. You're playing with the sample. It's like you could orchestrate your own band. Like, I don't need a 4-piece violin section. I don't need a whole percussion section, saxophonist, whatever sample I could get that's close to that, I'll chop it and I'll play along with it, and I'll do my best to like make my own version of whatever it is that I'm playing over. So to answer your question, yeah, I sample, and I love to sample. I'm not gonna stop sampling ever. I've been producing for a while, but I was never really comfortable performing because I essentially felt as if I needed somebody to perform with me. But once I got the SP, that became the person that I perform with. Like, that is my right-hand man at the end of the day. Minus the homie that I'm in a group with and that I'm a part of a duo with. But the SP became like my sidekick, my partner. So beat culture, it means everything, because where I'm from, we don't have a beat culture. And I see kids all the time. I see people, not just kids, but people all the time. They want to get into music, and they don't really have that outlet. They don't really have that support from the community or even from friends because it's just so inaccessible. And so seeing things like BBS and seeing things like In Plain Sight, seeing dudes like Beat House, like all these different collectives coming forth to put producers at the forefront, it's essential because a lot of places don't have that. They don't have that. So yeah, to me, beat culture means everything because without beat culture, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. You know what I mean? Like we wouldn't have people like you. We wouldn't have people like Yumi. We wouldn't have any of that. And so just to see the culture combine and melt, it's beautiful and it's essential. Oh, how hasn't it impacted my life is the question. I'll say this. It's impacted me so much that it started from little. I would listen to like people like the Fugees, to De La Soul, Tribe, and just hear how those drums would like smack every single time those beats would come on. It really hit when I found Madlib. Like when I heard Madlib's music, when I was able to see what he was doing with like the Yesterday's New Quintet stuff and the Quasimodo and Mad Villainy. Like I remember listening to Quasimodo, Unseen 1999, back in like 04, and just being mesmerized by how he was able to just do everything by himself. And so I took those same principles and try to incorporate that in my own music. And so there's so many different influences that I've heard throughout my time making music that I'm thankful for and that I'm grateful for, because it shows like the perseverance of one person. How deep can you search in yourself to bring out that art that's inside of you? And with beat making and with beat culture, it fostered a world for me to really dive into myself, to like seek out what I need to seek out to showcase to the world, to showcase to people, because it's who I am at the end of the day. It's myself. I want them to know that we're here. I want them to know that, yo, we are in full effect. We have such a diverse group of people. It's so eclectic and it's so wonderful. Every time I go to a show, every time I go to an event, I hear something new, or I see something new, or I feel something new. To me, that's only happening in New York. Like, I get the New York feel when I'm out here in New York. It's the same thing when I go to Philly. I get the Philly feel when I'm in Philly. And lo and behold, I'm trying to get to Atlanta because I know, like, Controllerized, them dudes, it's a whole nother feel out there, you know? So I would say, like, New York beat culture, we here, we live, we direct, and we not going nowhere. My goal as a producer, and I said this to myself when I first started producing, when I first got serious about producing, I said, if I don't learn a new thing every day about music, I'm not doing my due diligence as a producer, and I'm not doing my due diligence as a musician, because there's something new to be heard every single day. Every day a new beat is caught. Every day a new effect is applied. Every day a new plugin is created to further enhance one's skills. So yeah, my goal with this music thing is to put forth as much music as I can, but to learn as much as I can at the same time. Currently, I got a few projects out on Bandcamp. The two that I'm most proud of at the moment is my Joss Movies project. Volume 1 is out on Bandcamp. Make sure you cop that. Also got another small EP that I currently released called Small Bites. It's on my Bandcamp as well. And be on the lookout for the group that I'm a part of. It's called The Lone Sun. I do all the production. My boy Io, that's IOIOE_digital. He does all the raps. So we kind of go back and forth, and that project is coming out by the end of this month. So be on the lookout for that. That's about it. That's all I got right now. But definitely, thank you guys so much for everything. Like, real talk.
I got model bitches wanna lick me like some can. And them drugs come in hand. Last name savage, bitch, but no, I'm not ran. Hit her with no condom, had to make her eat a plant. And I'm sipping on that codeine, not brain. I'm just stunting on my ex bitch. I'm just flexing on my ex bitch. Hold up.